Senna. In the interest of getting away from plastic, we have what I like to call an accident waiting to happen. And so, or a comedy in progress. Because if I drink from this, should I get thirsty, I'm gonna have a wet sweater. So,
just warning you all in advance.
I'll try my best. But you know, out here with the spice. What's going on, everybody? We are watching Dune Prophecy. We are on episode 4, Twice Born. And so we're going to find out what that means in a moment. Thanks so much for being here. Here we go. Oh, I know that
thumpy,
sound.
Thumpy. Oh.
Interesting.
Bad dream? If I hear whispers in the middle of the night, I'm immediately crawling back into bed and hiding under the covers. Oh my god, what the
Well,
heck
is that necessarily out of the ordinary?
No?
Okay, I guess it is. She's walking after her.
They have a lot of lights at night.
It looks like her.
This isn't funny.
Yeah, it kind of does.
I mean, the hair and everything.
But it could be... I don't know.
Sister.
Do they all do the
Oh
same
no,
hair?
that's not her. It just looked like her for a moment.
Yeah. No!
It is
my
her!
God, it is her!
Oh my, Ooh, Grody. Oh, she saw it. What, are they all having this nightmare together? They're all having a similar nightmare.
Oh, maybe they're all seeing themselves.
Yeah. Kazooks, that would be awful.
Oh, I got chills.
They're being haunted. They're being haunted by the ghost of the lady that, what's her name, killed.
Yeah, Dorothea.
I mean, it all happened right in the same spot that she, you know.
Yeah.
Emmeline?
Oh, no, what? No.
Oh, but it's only real for her?
What the heck? Is it the spice? Quick! Shout!
Hurry
I
up!
want to see it!
Oof, that was close. Why only her?
What just happened? It's all right. Where am I?
She's the most pious.
It was just a dream.
So why is there a knife next to me?
The sisterhood would like to elevate House Harkonnen by offering you the services of a truth-sayer.
Oh.
Decades standing idly by while your own house claws its way out of the shit. Now you choose to appear.
Perhaps we should confer.
The sisterhood acknowledges its oversight.
You abandoned us.
You abandoned her.
Hit him on the back, hit him on the back.
You don't belong here. You're not wanted.
Who's saying this?
Don't know.
Is it Bruno?
Hara.
She was looking up at the
You
wall.
could represent this house, the Landsrat. The decision is yours. What are you after, Hara?
Better incentives for the whale fur trade.
Sister Theodosia, tell this young man what he truly desires.
Oh, wow.
All
Right to
right,
it.
read him.
He's afraid that the other houses laugh at him. No. Worse, that they pity him.
Oh,
That he's so far beneath, he's not even worth being considered.
dang.
Oh, so she was hearing his fears.
He desires respect for himself and for his house.
How is that?
What better way to gain respect than by having the Mother Superior as your truth-sayer?
Well, damn.
That's quite the offer.
You would stand by my side.
She stabs you in the back.
Is it
Let
not
me
a
prove our
conflict of
worth by
interest?
ensuring you a seat at the High Council.
Oh, he wants it, yeah.
She made him an offer he cannot refuse.
Yeah.
I'm glad the food is to your liking.
Yeah, she doesn't
I
trust
had
him.
such riches. Well, you'll have nothing but the finest treatment from us here. Isn't that right, children?
So we're having breakfast with killers now. Desmond, I hear you slaughtered many Fremen on Arrakis.
What I've done for the good of the Imperium.
Father, there's a rumor circulating about Pruitt's death. Have you heard it?
I have.
And does it bother you?
What bothers me is the disrespect. We're talking behind my back.
That is the definition of a rumor.
There's no proof the boy was murdered. It's absolute nonsense.
Regardless, it has left me terrified living in my own home.
As she looks dead at him.
Yeah.
Now that you've dismissed her, I'd like to follow her to Wallach 9, like we planned.
Inez, I'm sorry, but that's no longer an option.
Why not?
Your mother's right. We need you here. Show a united front, especially for the High Council.
He's turned his back on her.
She doesn't attend the High Council. Why not let her get away?
So the one who got us into this mess has an opinion on how it should be handled.
How is this rumor my fault?
If you kept your pants buckled and your mouth shut, they wouldn't have any false accusations to spread.
This is such a farce.
Right to it.
The rumor's true, isn't it? Your new attack dog murdered Pruitt, didn't you?
That boy broke the first and highest law.
What was that?
No thinking machines.
Oh.
And he was met with the appropriate consequences.
Wow. He was a child. That doesn't sit right with him.
I guess that rule doesn't discriminate.
We will not be united as long as he stands at your side.
Okay.
Feisty. Okay. Appreciate it.
What else did you see?
There was sand.
Sand?
Perhaps these acolytes should return to their studies.
Reverend Mother Tula.
No.
Not without supervision.
Mother Dorothea took her own life out of grief over the death of our founder.
Lies.
Her memory should not be dishonored.
She can see right through it.
Are you using truth sense on me?
Sister Emily.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Let's all get back to our studies, as Sister Avila suggested.
Can they block other people's
Presumably,
truth sense?
I would imagine they could.
Why would you have the need?
She's just grasping for answers.
In case of
Everyone
mutiny.
is. Emmeline wasn't the only one having nightmares. All of the acolytes were. Hers just involved sleepwalking.
You all had it?
Mm-hmm.
The same dream?
Yeah.
You'd have to ask the others. I didn't have one.
Oh, interesting. Why not you?
Sister Lila and Mother Cash's deaths have troubled their young minds.
Come on. Let's not be naive.
Best leave it alone,
No, unravel it.
lest you stir up hysterics.
Oh, I see.
What was that? Has she stirred up hysterics before?
No, she just doesn't want to escalate the situation yet. It seems like.
House Engel. Present. House Bombara. Present.
Very cool.
The High Council. The Landsrat will now come to order. Day 1 proceedings begin now.
Ooh.
What you seek, seeking you.
Sounds like a fortune cookie. Oh. Okay, why are we doing
Excuse
that?
me.
He feels properly crazy.
Yeah, like very dangerous.
What are you burning?
Why are you burning pages from books?
Was it you spreading the rumor the boy was murdered?
I would never use the truth against you. Oh, I suspect there are others that would.
Valya Harkonnen. Is that why you're destroying Kasha's sisterhood book?
Gotcha.
Perhaps great houses could follow your lead.
Well, to remove all the truth sayers from the Landsrat?
Yes, that's his goal.
The High Council will use it as a pretext to challenge my rule.
No one can take your power away from you unless you let them. This is the time to be bold.
Okay.
My father, when he walked into a room, all eyes would look at him. My forefathers battled titans.
This is starting to make sense of his character. He's got big shoes to fill.
Mm-hmm.
What about when history is written? How would you like to be remembered?
Captain Awesome.
As an emperor that allowed the nobles to tread all over him, or one that brought the great houses to heel those who disrespect you, disobey your laws,
Whoa.
threaten your rule.
Are you going to roll over or be Genghis?
I was like, I just want to be kind.
That doesn't get you very far.
I know.
Now is not the time. The Imperium needs stability.
Time to snuff a fire out is when a fool lights a match. Not after your house burns down around you.
Oh.
Wow.
Interesting thought.
I said no.
Oh no, I'm scared. Cause like, he's so crazy. I'm just afraid for the moment that he decides that he doesn't want to be on his side anymore. Do you know what I mean? When
I get you, but he's declared like absolute loyalty.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe he's not fickle.
I have rules.
Well, you can trust him. I don't trust you.
We can all trust this, though. 10 million Solari.
Do you know what your little request cost me?
How much?
I had to lay low for weeks.
But you got it.
Now, don't call me jury, don't worry for nothing.
The Imperial Guards have been making things difficult. I had to improvise.
All right, let's see.
This will do all the things you want, but better.
Better how?
Really big boo.
Oh.
See, the Landsrat's good for business.
Can't wait to spoil the party.
I wonder if those are contacts or if they have to track her eyes and do effects on every single shot she's in.
Probably the latter.
Once I release it into the vents, jury swears it will make its way to the throne room.
And then...
Our little resistance becomes a full-fledged rebellion.
Wow.
And the spice will finally flow.
This is a really, really big move.
I'm going to program in the palace schematics. Don't get into too much trouble.
My heart would be pounding at the thought of this.
Yeah. No one's getting good sleep.
I had a dream. Like Kasha.
Oh.
Same one as the acolyte.
At least she didn't incinerate like Kasha.
I could use you here. If you could...
What? Why?
Oh.
The attack is moving forward as planned. They're targeting the Emperor's speech.
Let them. Once I save the Emperor's life in full view...
Oh, okay.
We'll be back in his good graces.
And what good is that if Desmond Hart still lives?
That's a great question.
It's not wise to attack an enemy you don't understand head on.
Sure.
If you fail to destroy it, you and the Emperor and everyone else in that room will die.
She says it like she doesn't know the gravity of the situation. Oh, dang.
I won't fail.
Dang, okay. Trust her. She's not the Mother Superior for nothing.
I will destroy the machine as soon as the Atreides boy releases it. And then I will deliver him as a traitor to the Emperor.
Oh, double whammy.
First, we need to get my nephew out there on the High Council.
How?
It wasn't us that put the rumor about Pruitt Atreides into play, but play it we will.
Smart.
They really need to clean up that bug. Might have some eggs.
Take the machine.
Oh, everybody's got them.
Sister, is there a problem?
My lord, about the Atreides boy.
It looked like a different machine.
It's a different machine, yeah.
Is there truth in this rumor of the boy's death?
Our mentats calculate the odds of immolation by toy malfunction at 1 in 2.5 million.
So it was a cover-up.
Oh.
House Atreides is refusing an investigation.
Are you suggesting they were threatened?
Uncertain.
All right.
But to launch a formal inquiry is within the power of the great houses.
Get that rumor mill going.
It could be perceived that whomever launched the accusation is challenging his rule.
Oh, nice transition. Did you catch that?
But you're right about the precedent. The Emperor can't be given the power to punish any house on a whim.
Perhaps you could sway a house whose gain outweighs the risks.
What house would be so desperate?
A lesser house.
Mm-hmm.
A house with an over-eager baron.
So it's working so far?
I think so.
Oh, Valya.
What is it?
The Landsrat. It ends tomorrow. I've yet to hear from the High Council.
Chill, boy.
Shouldn't you be out doing what you sisters do?
Don't tell her what to do. She's working.
Mother Superior, we didn't expect your presence.
House Harkonnen's new truthsayer.
Impressive.
Please.
I love that. You know, it's like every woman knows that you just have to make a man think that it was his idea.
House Atreides' departure left a vacancy on the High Council. With your robust trade experience in whale fur, your talents would be most welcome on the High Council. We're here to extend a formal invitation.
So they're just buttering him up.
Outstanding work. House Harkonnen dutifully accepts.
Yeah. You can't accept too quickly.
We must be assured that you hold common cause with the High Council.
It is worrisome, wouldn't you agree? The conditions under which House Atreides departed.
It has been a source of concern.
Then you would also agree that the Imperial House should not be able to move against another house at will.
That a formal inquiry should be launched.
Is this the will of the great houses? So will it be House Harkonnen's?
Splendid.
Nice. Okay.
We look forward to you opening the inquest into the death of Pruitt Atreides at the Landsrat.
He's like, oh, what?
Wait, you want me to accuse the Emperor?
Yes.
This house isn't up to the task.
How badly do you want
No,
it?
I mean, Yes.
He's grown on me. Like, this guy is trying to act like royalty, like act like he belongs.
Yeah.
But he's so unsure of himself.
You have their support. They're just looking for cover. No one is above the law, not even the Emperor. By doing what the great houses are afraid to do, you will elevate this house beyond its station.
She went for Evgeny. It is his house.
What has he ever done for it?
Okay. He warned you.
Tired of the way they look at you.
Okay, yeah, play him.
He was warned.
The past branded us, but the future can redefine our name. Evgeny's not the future of House Harkonnen.
She's speaking right to his ego.
Yeah.
I am the future.
I mean, we know how far they rise.
Sister Jen, could I have a hand, please?
Gonna do some origami.
This is an experiment.
Oh.
The spice will help you open your mind's eye.
Okay.
So that I can guide you back along the neural pathway of your dreams.
Oh, she gets to sit this one out.
But this time, you will be in control.
Nice.
The only way to master the unknown is to make it known. I want you to close your eyes.
She looks rightfully nervous.
Feel your heart rate slow. A vision forms in your mind. Now, take your charcoal.
I'm a little anxious for her. I'm like, what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Show me what you see.
And why is she sitting this out?
Because she didn't have the dream.
That's the only reason?
Yeah. Let's see. Oh.
Oh, it's all to talk to her, basically, right?
Do you think?
I would imagine.
You are in control of this journey. I want you to go deeper.
Jeez.
I'm a little surprised she hasn't asked him to stop.
Stop this!
No.
I warned you not to indulge them in hysteria.
It's not hysteria. Perhaps it's not a dream. It's a message.
That's right. It is a message.
They are dreams of anxiety. They're dreams of...
Yeah, it's the worm.
So well. What did you tell them?
Nothing. I want you to bring your awareness back into your body.
Can you?
And I want you to feel the floor beneath your feet, and I want you to open your eyes.
Oh, it can't stop now.
Open your eyes.
No. Oh my God. They're so terrified.
Open your eyes, I said.
Clap. I don't know.
God is watching us. Judging us.
Whoa.
Reckoning is here.
Whoops. That was like a Ring moment. You know?
Imperial surveillance files. Machine dealers trading in illegal technology. Suspected clientele. The time for leniency is over, don't you think?
I like the design of that.
If there is one thing to admire about the sisterhood, it's their decisiveness. They choose where they want the future to go. And they make the push.
You're the one that leaked the truth about the Richese boy.
Well, don't look so surprised. You know why I did it? The Emperor has an opportunity to shore up his power. If they fear his wrath over machines, they'll fear him over anything.
Huh. Okay.
Sometimes Javicco just needs that little push.
We're gonna work together.
That seems to be what's implied here.
Yeah.
I want you to find these machine sympathizers who stir rebellion, and you show them that our Emperor is in no giving mood.
Dang. But the Emperor didn't even give the command.
She did.
She frustrates me.
She's whispering her orders, you know?
Yeah.
You're never gonna last if you don't let yourself a little fun along the way.
Oh, hi there. Hello.
Fancy seeing you here.
Uh-oh.
He's always here.
Can I introduce me to a friend?
Uh-oh.
Nope. Come on.
Uh-oh.
You shouldn't be here.
You know, if I didn't know any better, I would have thought everybody had asthma in this world.
Right?
with those little machines.
You know what's funny? You could have been the one trapped in a palace instead of me. Maureen Atreides was offered the throne and rejected it.
Maybe he saw what would come with the freedoms he fought for. We defeated the machines, but we replaced one set of overlords with another.
Yet here you are, partaking.
Right. righteous but not pure.
My father is a good man.
Yeah, but he's surrounded by people who do not have the same values.
I've no doubt. But you give any person that much power, how else do you explain his taking to that soldier?
Yeah, my father does nothing except become more enamored. What if there was something I could do to help?
Oh, what?
Oh.
But I'd hurt him.
Be
Sometimes
careful.
you have to burn a thing down before you can save it.
Be careful.
My father, he survived an atrocity. But he taught me that chaos can strike at any moment. There is no protecting from it. Say what you have to say to him and say it now.
I think that she is like true, right? Like I think she really does want to maybe join the resistance or do something, but I think he's also dumb.
Did she imply with the resistance? I don't think
know.
that's what
like,
she was
no,
implying.
but
I'm trying to choose the right path too.
I think she wants to do something, right?
Yeah, I got that much.
Yeah. But I was just like, he can't. I'm glad that he walked away because it's like she could be just, trying to infiltrate, even though I don't think she is.
No, I don't
Do you
think
know
she
what
is
I mean?
either.
In the portrait out there, that's who you wear around your neck. And your locket.
It's my brother, Griffin.
What happened to him?
Oh, touchy subject. Careful.
It's late, sister.
It's difficult for you to be here.
I'm tired, and I didn't bring you here to be constantly questioned.
Stop robbing me.
Yeah.
Wasn't just to befriend the princess.
You know why?
Why?
I told you when I joined the Order. It was my one condition. I would not do that again.
We are up against something more powerful than we are. Your talent.
It's not a talent.
What is it? Is she an assassin?
It's a last resort. I won't ask unless I have to.
You already have.
Yeah. Sisterhood above all, though.
Constantine, tomorrow you and I, we're going. We're going to tell the High Council exactly who Desmond Hart is and what he's done.
Oh my gosh. This is such a bad idea.
You've been into the spice.
I know Father may have our heads, but we could force the Landsrod to move on Desmond Hart.
You're talking about betraying father
Right.
in public.
Yeah. He won't even step away from
I like
the
my head
table.
where it is.
What a way to put it.
You let Father convince you you're weak. But I know who you are. You're the boy who fought to save me when you could have just run away and escaped.
And failed.
Oh, but you were a kid.
I didn't save you. The sisterhood saved you.
Thematically,
You stayed with me,
this is...
and that saved me just as much as they did. I need your help again.
Siblings saving siblings is a theme in this.
Be brave with me now.
Okay. Yeah, that is interesting. Like the sibling tie.
We can still get ahead of these accusations over Pruitt if you address them head on.
It'll blow over.
All right, what are you going to do, Constantine?
You decided to attend. I'm glad I could rely on you.
Oh, gosh. Oh, this is really hard for him. Oh, no. Are you going to snitch?
No.
I just came to wish you luck.
No. That's a misdirect.
She had a look, though.
Well, he knows something.
The High Council now welcomes Padishah, Emperor of the known universe. May his reign shine as long as the stars.
How far does Desmond's power go?
House Harkonnen moves to file a grievance in the violation of Conley. The rules clearly state...
Baron, the members of the High Council are all familiar with the strictures of vendetta.
Okay.
Keep going, keep going.
Yeah, come on.
Believe the rules of Conley were violated. I call for a formal inquest into the death of Pruitt Richese.
Wow, he did it. Oh. Oh, is he gonna...
Is he gonna not release the robot
Which
yet?
house are you submitting this inquest against?
House Corrino.
Baron Harkonnen?
Come on.
I can answer that.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
The Imperial House.
Wow.
She actually did it. Well, no need for that little robot. Put it back, put it back.
I accuse his new man, Desmond Hart, of murdering Brune-Franklin.
He's like, this took a turn.
What do I do?
I did not expect
I
this.
think she just did it for you.
Want order?
Uh-oh. Oh my god, the shit's hitting the fan. What? Oh, because they... Oh no. Wow.
Oh. Uh-oh.
They were already 2 steps ahead.
I've seen desert owls swoop down and rip soldiers' necks with their talons. Then there are the scorpions, the wandering spiders, and the wasps. They hide in your camp and prick you with venom and stop your heart.
All right.
He's properly creepy.
Yeah, like, don't touch me.
Well, there is an antidote, a leviathan that rises from the sand.
Oh, here we go.
When it comes, soldiers rejoice because they know for a day the beasts of prey wreaking havoc upon them will scatter across the desert, scared of the devil too. You all saw for yourself Brune-Franklin use forbidden machine technology.
How's this
It
gonna
was
go
an
over?
execution.
Okay.
An execution, ladies and gentlemen. Much like how this whole council would have been executed today had rebels detonated.
Oh, he got it!
Wow.
Wow.
How'd he get it?
Because he's the dude. Yep, I'll put that away.
Dang.
And we need a leader who will chase those predators away. From now on, there will be no excuses.
Oh god, they're all gonna burn, aren't they?
No exemptions.
Oh gosh. Blah.
A hard line against thinking machines must be drawn.
Everybody's just like, let's just see how this crazy guy handles everything.
Your order, Your Majesty.
Oh my gosh, on your order?
This Desmond dude's gone clear.
He has to show strength. Oh my gosh, now we get to see it. How many can he do all at once? Oh my god, him too.
Well, everyone
Of
who was
course,
involved.
yeah, everyone who's involved.
Including,
Oh my God.
including the young guy, right? This is an absurd level of power. He can do all of these dudes at once.
Yeah. I mean, it's taking a toll, though.
Oh, Brody. What happens to the daughter?
She didn't do anything.
Oh, he got out of there.
Yeah.
Oh, he was left alone? It's interesting to see who he wasn't going after.
Yeah.
I guess this is a flashback.
Yeah. I mean, he's also weakened by doing all that. Can we just like...
She loves this, the queen.
Oh yeah, she's a sicko. Oh, he's bleeding.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a toll.
Yeah. That's a good thing to know. We know our enemy a little bit better now.
What are they going to say to each other?
She's like, do not show fear. Do not show fear.
What was that? Did he leave something? Oh, his blood. Okay, his weakness. Or vulnerability, rather.
I wonder if she scraped some of it. If they can, like, analyze it.
It's information to work with. You overload him, he's weakened.
She cares nothing for this house, only herself.
Not now, great uncle.
What happened?
Okay.
Desmond Hart headed off the rebel plot before I could. He then made a public show of his powers. But...
Yeah. Aha!
Oh, she got the blood?
Hell yeah.
His blood?
Theodosia, can you do something?
We must send it to Tula immediately.
Okay.
She can trace it through the breeding index. And then we'll know exactly who he is and where he came from.
He must have known that this is possible for her to do, right?
I'm not sure, because I feel like he wouldn't have done that had he known. I don't think he knows that the sisters have thinking machines or a thinking machine. Because if he did, he'd definitely go after them for that.
You cannot do that again.
If I overstepped, please forgive me.
No. No, I meant...
Just to protect yourself.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Every time. The pain is what brought me to you.
Oh. Are we going to father him?
And he shall stay.
This is very interesting, that relationship.
Yeah. He looked like a little boy in that moment. He was like, oh, I'm so sad.
Mother Dorothea died.
I looked at him like, how do you read that? But she's got a magnifying
Her
glass.
beliefs did not die with her.
Oh, gosh. And so it begins again.
There are no truths concealed that will not be disclosed, or lies hidden that will not be made known. When the judgment comes, heavens will be set on fire.
Does she see something that they didn't?
For when we walk by faith and not by sight, we are guided out of the darkness.
Oh, back to this.
Lila, if you can hear me, please wake up. I believe you are the key to this reckoning. Emmeline.
You murdered Dorothea. You murdered Ori. You slaughtered the Atreides. And now your sins has brought the reckoning to our order. Your lies must be cleansed.
Wait, this is not
this
real,
real?
is it? I don't think so.
You won't be able to silence me like you silenced Dorothea.
No, it's not real. It's a dream.
No, yeah.
It's gotta be a dream, right?
Uh-oh. Dang! Oh, yeah. Oh, too much spice.
Well, all the sand falling around her was the indication. But...
Yeah. Uh-oh!
Lila?
Oh, How did you leave? Oh, no.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh.
This is some real Frankenstein shit right now. Like, what is on the other side of that darkness?
Oh, maybe it's her. Maybe what they're seeing is her. Her eyes in the darkness. She's gonna pop out. Her eyes are gonna be blue.
Are you right?
Oh, shit. Is she happy to see you, though?
Steady. Careful.
She's like, I have questions.
Okay, so you have a lot of secrets you gotta keep.
Yeah. So now you have to live here. Everybody thinks you're dead. You can't go back upstairs. Wow. Oh my gosh, it's the breeding index, right?
You're a murderer, and we're the ones who had to pick up the pieces.
They saw my potential, and Griffin was the only one of you who was ever my equal.
I feel like this could be his last scene.
I think so. Uh-oh. She's gonna be like, oh, you need this? Let me just not give it to you.
This house is nothing without me. You exist because I allow you to exist.
You're a black hole in this family.
Oh my gosh. Careful.
Nope.
Steady.
You took Griffin from us. And then your poor sister.
I wouldn't say all this until I got that thing back in my hand.
Right?
You abused her love like you abused Griffin's until you broke her too.
All you Harkonnens are cowards. Too afraid to make difficult choices. And I will not apologize for my strength.
I saw it that day before you left Lankivale. I knew then one day it would destroy me.
Oh, there he is on the ground. This is a bad look.
He seems pretty determined to live. Okay, yeah, but your sickness is catching up to you.
Oh, there he goes.
And so he expires.
Focused on the ring.
Yeah.
What is happening?
Oh.
I understand now what it took for you to come back here. And if you're willing to make the sacrifice, so will I. I'll do whatever it is you need me to do.
She's
got to be hallucinating right now.
Reliving.
Everyone makes their own choices,
That's what I thought.
including me.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Oh my god, is he burning up?
What just happened? She said thank you. What?
Theodosia, the sister. Whoa, that's gnarly. So that's her special skill.
Yeah. That's definitely like a Chekhov's gun you got to use.
Yeah. I mean, she mentioned it, so it's like, yeah, it's gonna come into play in a much more meaningful way now. But that was just a way of showing us, the audience, like, okay, this is what Theodosia can do. Wild. I guess the reason why she doesn't want to do it, maybe, is also it takes a massive toll on her as well, in much the same way as using his powers depletes a lot from Desmond Hart as well. Like, you have to give in order to get magic.
It's like Dune, the X-Men episodes. All these powers.
Right? And then we've got Lila back. And so, if she's the twice born.
So Desmond doesn't count as a twice born because he didn't technically die.
Well,
right?
Yeah, we don't know. That's the thing with prophecy, right? It's like you can interpret it in different ways until the thing happens and you're like, oh, that's the one. It's kind of like how in Harry Potter, spoiler if you've not seen or read Harry Potter, but like the chosen one could have been Neville Longbottom. Like the signs are they're kind of the same, but like ultimately it is one person.
I was really curious about the fact that Desmond didn't kill everybody who was involved in the court.
Well,
like he let the low-budget Nicholas Hoult live, but I guess he didn't know. But he knew.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. It's like either he didn't know, and that's why he's safe, or there is a limit to his power. And he could only do a certain number.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
As Mother Superior said, it's like now we do have some more interesting information about him. We know that there is a limit to his power, or that, it takes a certain amount of time. It depletes him a lot. So if he does end up using his power like that again, they have a good idea of, what could happen.
So the Harkonnen who just died
was Robert
Baratheon. Yeah. You didn't catch that?
Not when I watched it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you saw it just now with the IMDb?
No, I saw it in the comments when people were like,
okay.
Oh, you didn't realize that was Robert Baratheon.
Gotcha.
I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
There was something familiar about him, but I was like, oh, I don't know where I've seen him. And it's like, no, he was in another really famous HBO show.
How did you feel about the scene with the ring, with all the drawings of going through the pages and whatnot?
I mean, I thought it was pretty nerve-wracking to
So you felt
watch.
like it was effective?
Yeah,
okay, cool.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
It felt pretty, scary.
So what I like about the fact that it made it feel scary for you is that was, budget-wise, the cheapest scene in the entire episode. You got some scratch paper from Michael's, and you just start drawing.
Just like draw.
And everyone's like, oh, and it's just collectively everyone's in sync with this vibe, and it's off-putting. And then there's the music and the sounds and everything like that. The shot of, what's her name? Tula. Looking scared. It's like, everyone, stop. And it's just not working out.
Right, right, yeah.
I like her acting a lot. I just want to say
Olivia
that.
Williams?
Yeah, Olivia Williams.
Yeah.
Like, she might be my favorite actress, or, just actor in the show.
Yeah, I think she's fantastic.
She's carrying a lot of, kind of like on par with, I know it's a weird comparison, but like on par with Snape. Snape, the character, carried so much throughout the series that he wasn't conveying. And we learned about, because of the arrangement of the story, we learned more about what she's holding on to deep down inside as the show progresses. And realizing that and thinking about, I don't know what her craft is like, or not her craft, but her process as she goes through each scene. But I think that her acting is just so strong. I really believe her throughout every scene she does.
Yeah.
Like more than anybody else. I think she's standing above the rest.
Yeah, she's doing a really great job.
Including my boy Mark Strong. So, yeah, like I just think she's wicked good.
I've enjoyed her work in pretty much everything that I've seen her in.
And Desmond Hart or Travis Fimmel, I saw some comments, people saying that he is basically replicating a performance he did in some other show.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, well, I didn't see that. And so he properly expresses that Scientology gone clear kind of vibe, or, Heaven's Gate sort of just the creepy, prophetic, weird vibe, that's just like very off-putting. And it's like he's charismatic in a really bad way.
He's super weird.
Yeah.
And also, like, he makes me afraid. He's really scary. I just find him so unpredictable. And I feel really bad for the Emperor too, because you okay?
It's just ironic that it would be from
that
instead of that. But anyway, go ahead. Did I spill it?
No,
Okay.
you didn't. It's like,
okay, you were
the
saying?
drinks are out to get you. No, I just feel really bad for him because I get the sense he's a guy who's just trying to do the right thing. He's trying to lead the world in the best way that he knows how. And yet he's surrounded by people now that he doesn't have his truthsayer. He's surrounded by his wife and Desmond Hart, who are trying to use him to further their agenda. And he doesn't have anyone else who's kind of offering him alternative counsel,
Sure. But his wife, as far as she's concerned, it doesn't have her own agenda. Her agenda, in her mind, is their agenda.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no one's having a conversation with him. Everyone's just making these decisions for him without consulting him. And it's like, okay, well, then you're not really the leader, are you? If no one's talking to you. And then they're putting him in a situation where, Desmond Hart in the big room with all the people. I've forgotten now what it's called. But when he's there and he's just like, oh, yeah, there are all these traitors and stuff. And I'm going to take care of them if you just give me the word. It's like, well, of course he's going to say do it.
Yeah.
Because if he doesn't, he's going to look weak.
Yeah.
You've just pressed him into a corner now.
Yeah.
And it's weird.
But he also kind of likes it.
You think so?
Well, the way he handled things in his scene alone with Desmond, it seemed to me that he thought it was a favorable move. He thinks that it's actually working to his advantage. The relationship there is so bizarre.
Yeah.
Because Desmond has all the power, really, but yet he genuflects to Mark Strong.
Yeah.
And what is happening here? Because he could literally murder Mark Strong.
He could.
But he puts himself beneath him. And I'm like, what is that about? That's so wild to me.
I know. It's like some weird love or obsession, when you put someone on a pedestal like that, when you worship someone. But the problem is with a feeling that strong, it could just as easily flip to the other side.
I'm trying to reach into the ether of my mind to understand this better. The best I can articulate it is an assassin needs a commander kind of thing. You have your top soldier, but he's still not the person in charge. Right? He's still a soldier at the end of the day.
Yeah, he needs someone to tell him what to do.
Exactly.
He loves that dynamic.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of what's happening here. I mean, I'm trying to unpack it as best as I can with what information the show's divulging. You know?
I mean, it's super interesting, seeing all of the scars on his back and really what the cost is of him using his power like that, and watching him so vulnerable in that room by himself as he's curled up in a little ball. And it's the Emperor reached out and touched him on the shoulder in a kind of fatherly move. And I'm like, okay, I see you fathering this man, but you have a son, and I don't see you doing that type of stuff
because
with him. You're not.
The son is a jackass. Ultimately, that's why he's not really helping the cause, as far as I can tell. He's more a playboy.
Yes, he is, but I think that can also be because he's perceived that way by his family. They kind of discard him and look down on him. It's oh, you're utterly useless. And yeah, he screwed up. He messed up because he was more concerned about getting laid and he like flapped his mouth.
But this is a common trope that we see a lot, isn't it? Like we saw one episode of that Jeff Goldblum show. It's like a modern day rendition of...
Yeah, on Netflix. I forgot the name now. Yeah.
But what's it modeled after?
It's modeled after like Greek mythology.
Thank you.
The gods. Yeah.
And in the first episode, you saw that Jeff Goldblum had a son who's like kind of a douche, but he's like, I want power, I want to help. And Jeff Goldblum's like, no, you can't though, you're useless. You just see this thematically happen a lot, where that son wants power. He's like, I can do it. In fact, Jeff Goldblum played that twice. He did it in Hotel Artemis, same exact thing, with the guy who played the clock person in Heroes, also played Spock in Star Trek. I forgot his name.
Zachary Quinto.
Zachary Quinto. That's not relevant. What's relevant is the trope. You see that trope pop up a lot of like that person who wants that power and really doesn't. And then Desmond is almost like the son he wished he had.
Maybe.
But like, I don't even know if that's necessarily, I'm only going towards that thought because you're saying he's fathering him. But anyway, on to the next thing. What did you think that they were going to be drawing when they were having? Because my impression, I was wrong. I thought that basically what was going to be revealed is the murder scene.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that was a little bit worrying as well because I thought that would be revealed. And
she's like, go deeper. It's like, bitch, are you crazy? You're going to give yourself up.
Well, yeah, because the other mother was like, oh my gosh, you need to stop this right now.
Yeah.
You know, I think she was really scared that they were going to get found out, but instead something else happened. Mm-hmm. I was just curious as to like why Lila hugged Tula right away, but maybe her brain is just like a little foggy, you know, but I'm sure she's got questions, especially because Dorothea was like...
They have a sort of mother-daughter relationship, don't they?
They do, yeah.
And like, she must have heard her. She must have been like, you know, all through the entire process, Tula's like been there and...
Yeah. No, I know that, but I'm just like... I really want to see that moment where she confronts Tula or Valya or both of them and it's like...
Oh, because of the murder?
Yeah. So like, what happened?
Yeah.
Tell me. And like, don't lie because I'll know.
Mm-hmm. The relationship between... Is it Michaela? Not Michaela. Who's the lady who can shapeshift?
Theodosia.
The relationship between Theodosia and Valya. There are so many names. I'm like got my eyes on IMDb. That relationship is so interesting to me because Theodosia is still the Padawan, the student,
yes.
the acolyte.
Yes.
But the way she talks, it's almost like they're on the same level. And I want to know what you feel before I say anything. What do you feel about that dynamic, or do you even think about it?
No, I don't think about it that much. I think as far as Sister Theodosia goes, sometimes I'm like, you're asking a lot of questions. And I guess maybe there is a sense of like, you shouldn't be asking too many questions because you're like supposed to be
yes.
an acolyte,
yes,
as it were. But
that's my feeling.
But then I think also perhaps the sisterhood fosters that type of like...
Maybe I'm projecting
you know?
Too much of what I think it should be from the Dune films because of the mother. Well, I don't think she was the Mother Superior, but the one who was telling Paul to put his hand in the box.
She wasn't.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, the Mother Superior. Her vibe is like a death grip kind of vibe, like very scary. She walks in the room, you notice her. It's just an energy to her, the way she speaks. She'll put a needle up to your neck if you fuck around. You know what I mean? Like all that. Emily Watson is not embodying that in the way that she behaves with Theodosia. And that kind of confuses me a little bit. I understand that these are many, 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 many years removed, and maybe things evolved over time to have a different sort of approach. But I guess that's in my mind what it's supposed to be of, yo, like you're the student, like calm it, you know, don't try to ask too many questions. Like it goes this way. Don't even try. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it just throws me a little bit, and I'm wondering if that's by design or if that's bad writing.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. I want to believe that it's by design.
Okay. All right.
Rather than...
That's the only reason I asked the question, because
writing.
it's like, it kind of was like glaring to me. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you're the student. How dare you talk to her this way? Why isn't she saying anything to you? That was just throwing me off. That's all. But maybe it's Valya's way of coaxing her into doing her bidding.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
And I think also, perhaps she feels like Theodosia offers something of value, like in her way of thinking, or whatever counsel that she may be able to provide.
Yeah.
And therefore, it's better to have an open channel of discourse rather than, to be like, I'm the boss and you're my subordinate and you should shut up and listen to me only.
Yeah.
Because she's a smart girl. Mm-hmm. She's a smart woman, and she's, assessing the situation and figuring out what's going on. Yeah. And that was an interesting scene at the end where she comes in and I suppose gives Valya some healing, because she saw. Or unless she senses as well, like if she has some sort of special ability to be able to sense what people most desire. I mean, she did that. She did the reading on the Baron, right? And so maybe she could tell that that's what Valya needed. Yeah. Because, everything that she said, it was really hard for her to come back to her ancestral home and to see her family again. And
she was able to do a perfect replica of that brother.
Yeah, that's an amazing skill. Just off of a picture, which barely even looked like him.
Well, presumably she can get into the head of the guy who died in this episode, Robert Baratheon.
Oh.
She could have gone into his head and saw what he looked like.
Yeah,
so,
maybe.
This is totally off topic and you could leave now, but doesn't Chris Mason doesn't he resemble Nicholas Hoult a little bit? I look at him and every time he turns his face, I'm like, oh, that's more like Leonardo. Nope, that's more like, you know what I mean? He's got
yeah, there's a vibe there, a mix of various leading men.
What's the name of the dude from Game of Thrones who's in Eternals?
Richard Madden.
Yeah. If Richard Madden's face was smaller.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like he's got a combination of all these dudes in one and sounds mostly like Richard Madden.
Sure.
It just sticks out to me. It's like everyone's casting. It's like that, but different. It's almost like Save the Cat. It's like this person, but different.
I would like the same vibe as this person, but not that person, please. I mean, that's
younger.
That's basically what Hollywood is.
Sure.
It's like, I like that flavor.
Yes.
But I want it with slightly chocolate chips.
You know what? You're right. That's basically what always happens, because when you go back to certain eras, there's a look that you see with the famous actors of that era, and then that keeps happening. So you're right. That's not that big of a deal. I don't know why. It just pops out at me, and I'm like, Travis Fimmel, as we pointed out, looks like Charlie Hunnam. It's just interesting to me. It's that you look so much like that actor, but just you're not him, though. It's weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, like I said, Josh Houston looks like handsome Jay Leno.
Joking about him, though, Constantine, where did he go?
In the episode?
Yeah, he just disappeared. He
knew what his sister was up to. He couldn't face it. He strikes me as kind of a bitch. You know what I mean? He's like, I know what my sister's about to do. I don't want to be in the room when this goes down. And he almost told his dad. But he pushed out there too. He didn't pick a side. He rode the middle. He didn't side with his sister. He didn't side with his pops. Right. I was surprised. You mentioned it already why, but I was surprised that Harrow, whatever his name is,
Harkonnen.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't get executed the first, because he was the one that came out and was like, yo, this is what's up. I would have thought he would be the first to go out of everybody.
I guess he was also a pawn. Mm-hmm. It wasn't his original idea.
Sure.
I think that maybe he just ran out of energy. He's like, this is too much. Meanwhile, it's taking an unbearably long time, and everyone just has to watch these guys go up in flames and die. It didn't happen quickly. Yeah. It's like, oh my God, such torture. No one came and threw some water on them. But what can you do? You're burning up from the inside.
You had a question that I didn't outright dismiss, but I didn't think about it until just this moment, because I didn't want to think about it, because there was so much happening in the episode at that moment that you asked the question. You asked, how did he find that device? How did he know? Right?
Right.
Desmond. And it was that was one of those things that reminds me of what I felt at the end of watching the first Sherlock Holmes movie, which apparently is something that always happens with Sherlock Holmes, where Sherlock Holmes had a monologue of how he put everything together. Uh-huh. And I'm like, I didn't see any clues indicating anything that you're talking about.
Because you're not Sherlock Holmes.
Right, but usually in movies, what's the film I'm thinking of? Narc. There's a movie called Narc where it backtracks and shows you those scenes again. You're like, oh, almost like M. Night Shyamalan.
Mhm.
It's like you always go back and it's like,
And then
oh,
you're
now
like,
you're seeing it from this
oh,
angle,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
None of that with Sherlock Holmes, and none of that here. Like, how did he figure all that shit out? He just did, and that's how it goes. That's how the cookie crumbles moving forward.
Yeah.
You know?
That is a little bit weird to me because the only other explanation I can think of is that was planted.
Oh.
And that he happened to have
That's a big thought. Okay.
another one, and it was a plan between him and the Empress, and it just so happened that it coincided with what was actually going to happen. But
That's tricky because he like killed someone who was actually plotting.
well, yeah. So, but like, I guess it wouldn't be outside of the realm of possibility that the Empress and him would be like, look, we do not believe in thinking machines. However, we know that these people are plotting against us. And so for the sake of making sure that we can get rid of them, let's basically frame them without knowing that that was something that was actually going to happen. And maybe that's why he didn't catch on. Maybe that's why he didn't catch on to Kieran, because he's like, he didn't know. Do you know what I mean? And so I don't know, because that's the only way I can kind of make sense of it.
The music is something I just got to harp on one more time. You know, Hans Zimmer's like instruments, he's recorded all that stuff and he's put it out there for you to purchase. So it's wild to me that they wouldn't like go and pluck all the sounds of Hans Zimmer and piece it together in such a way that sounds kind of like Dune-esque, the movie. Because like this has such a different vibe sometimes where I'm like, I forget that I'm watching Dune sometimes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Just with the music, yeah, that doesn't really.
It bugs me.
It
But, like,
doesn't really affect me as much. I think because the visuals to me are so Dune, you know.
I
that I'm
still,
like,
I still disagree with that as well. It doesn't feel like that. It feels like its own thing, which is probably fine. Ultimately, like I'm sure in like a year I'll be like, yeah, that's fine.
Sure.
When Dune Part 3 comes out, it's like okay. But like in the moment, I'm just like, this is not Dune enough. You know what I mean? It's just that feeling of, in terms of the color palette and the music choices and the shot choices, it feels fundamentally different. And so,
well, I guess also because, you know, we're not on Arrakis. And
I know,
so
but it's just
the
the
color
vibe.
palette is different. But yeah, I'm just, you know, playing devil's advocate.
you went to different planets in Star Wars. It still had a consistency to it. you know?
Sure.
And namely, the music. The music throughout has sort of a similarity. But anyway, this show is doing a lot. And it has a lot to wrap up in two episodes. Like, even going through this episode, I found myself asking, I'm like, how is this going to wrap up in this season? How is it going to wrap it up in 2 more episodes after this? Because the pace that it moves at sometimes, it really just feels like we got 10 more episodes
Yeah,
to
we've
go.
got time.
Yeah, but it's not. It's there's like so much ground to cover. But who knows? We made it this far, so in the next 2 episodes, it might be so amazing that it's like, okay, that makes sense. I remember feeling this way watching Arcane season 2, and I remember expressing frustration and how they just like jumped forward into the war. And I'm like, I'm sorry if you haven't seen it yet, but like it really like cuts forward in time.
Yeah, they were.
You know.
They were just moving so quickly in season 2.
Yeah. And I mean, I really enjoyed season 2, but it doesn't compare to season 1. And partly because it felt like it was just moving forward so fast. And I didn't have a chance to really appreciate what was going on. I'm very concerned that something similar is going to happen here. Because I'm like, how do you wrap this up? There's so much to cover. But we will find out as it unfolds. You guys, thanks so much for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed that. I'm Jaby Koay. This is
Achara Kirk.
Peace out.